Hello and welcome back to Twisted Tales, where we uncover the secrets and talk about the darkest stories of all time. Today's story is about the haunted ghost ship in an urban jungle. So make sure you have your drink or your favorite snack ready and let's dive right into it. The sprawling city of New Harbor was a bustling urban jungle, a place where skyscrapers kissed the sky and the hum of life never ceased. Amidst the concrete and steel, however, lay a dark and eerie secret. Near the city's abandoned docks, where nature had begun reclaiming its space, an old, decrepit ship loomed silently, a ghostly relic known as the SS Marigold. Legends whispered of its haunting presence and the mysterious disappearances of those who ventured too close. Prologue: The Urban Legend. The SS Marigold was once a proud cargo ship, transporting goods across the Atlantic. But in 1952, it vanished without a trace, only to reappear decades later near New Harbor's forgotten docks. The crew was never found, and the ship's sudden reappearance fueled countless urban legends. Locals spoke of eerie lights, ghostly figures, and a curse that befell anyone who dared to explore its rusting corridors. Chapter 1. The investigation begins. Eleanor Price was a determined investigative journalist with a reputation for unraveling the most enigmatic mysteries. Drawn by the chilling tales of the SS Marigold, she decided to embark on a journey to uncover the truth. Armed with her camera, recorder, and a flashlight, Eleanor arrived at the overgrown path leading to the docks one misty evening. As she approached the SS Marigold, the atmosphere grew heavy with a foreboding silence. The ship's silhouette against the darkening sky was both magnificent and terrifying. With a deep breath, she stepped onto the gangplank, which creaked ominously under her weight. Chapter 2. The First Encounter. The deck of the SS Marigold was a scene of decay. Rusting metal and rotting wood created a maze of obstacles. Eleanor's flashlight cut through the darkness, illuminating eerie shadows. She began documenting her surroundings, describing the eerie stillness and the pungent smell of salt and decay. Suddenly, a faint whisper echoed through the air, sending chills down her spine. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice trembling slightly. There was no response, only the haunting echo of her own words. Determined to stay composed, Eleanor pressed on, making her way to the ship's interior. Chapter 3. Ghostly Apparitions. Inside the ship, the atmosphere was even more oppressive. Narrow corridors and decrepit cabins spoke of a life long abandoned. As she explored, Eleanor's flashlight flickered, casting brief flashes of light and shadow. In one such flicker, she caught a glimpse of a figure standing at the end of a hallway. "Hello?" she called out again, but the figure vanished as quickly as it had appeared. Heart pounding, she approached the spot, finding nothing but empty air. She recorded her experience, noting the strange coldness that seemed to permeate the area. Chapter 4. The Captain's Quarters. Eleanor found her way to the captain's quarters, hoping to uncover more about the ship's mysterious past. The room was surprisingly well preserved, with a large wooden desk, old maps, and a logbook. As she flipped through the logbook, she discovered the last entry dated November 3rd, 1952. The captain had written about a strange fog and the crew's growing unease. A sudden gust of wind slammed the door shut, causing Eleanor to jump. The temperature dropped sharply, and she could see her breath in the cold air. The whispers returned, louder and more insistent. "Leave this place," they seemed to say. Gathering her courage, Eleanor continued her investigation, determined to uncover the truth. Chapter 5. The Engine Room Revelation. Descending into the bowels of the ship, Eleanor reached the engine room. The air was thick with oil and grime. Her flashlight illuminated the massive, rusting machinery that once powered the SS Marigold. It was here she found a clue that would change everything. A hidden compartment containing a collection of letters and photographs. The letters revealed a dark secret. The ship had been transporting more than just cargo. It carried a priceless artifact, stolen from a remote village in Africa. The artifact was said to be cursed, and the villagers had warned of dire consequences if it was taken. The photographs showed the crew handling a strange, ornate box, their faces filled with fear and awe. Chapter 6. The Ghostly Confrontation. As Eleanor pieced together the story, the ship seemed to come alive with malevolent energy. Ghostly figures materialized around her, their eyes hollow and accusing. She realized these were the lost souls of the SS Marigold's crew, trapped in an eternal limbo by the curse. In a moment of sheer terror, the ghostly captain appeared before her, his eyes filled with sorrow and rage. "You must return the artifact," he intoned. "Only then can we be free." Eleanor's mind raced. She knew she had to find the artifact and return it to its rightful place. With the ghosts closing in, she frantically searched the engine room and finally found the ornate box, hidden among the machinery. The box was cold to the touch, its surface covered in strange symbols. Chapter 7. The Final Escape. Clutching the box, Eleanor made her way back to the deck. The ghostly figures followed, their whispers growing louder and more desperate. As she reached the gangplank, the ship seemed to shudder, the spirits drawn to the artifact. With a final, desperate push, Eleanor left the SS Marigold behind and raced down the overgrown path to her car. The ghosts did not follow. She knew her task was far from over. She had to return the artifact to its rightful place to lift the curse. Epilogue. The Aftermath. Eleanor's story about the SS Marigold and its cursed artifact made headlines, but she kept the most crucial details to herself. She reached out to experts in African history and arranged for the artifact to be returned to the village it was taken from. Weeks later, she received word that the artifact had been safely returned, and the curse lifted. The SS Marigold remained at the docks, a silent monument to its haunted past. But the whispers ceased, and the ghostly apparitions vanished. Eleanor had succeeded in unveiling the horror of the haunted ghost ship, ensuring the spirits of the crew could finally rest in peace. As for Eleanor, she continued her career, always seeking the next great mystery. But the haunting of the SS Marigold remained her most chilling and unforgettable investigation. Don't forget to join our channel and subscribe so you don't be haunted for the rest of your life. And we'll give you protection from ghosts. We'll see you in next one.